welcome to another episode of 9 to 5 Nerds. This is episode 9, not 8, not 7. This is episode 9.
Who's counting?
Because 7, 8, 9.
God.
That's a good one. God.
We had already recorded 5 minutes of audio on our brand new, very fancy microphone when my computer crashed.
Very old, very unfancy computer.
Yeah, so next week we will be unveiling the new microphone and new stuff. So hopefully starting with episode 10, which will be next week.
And we'll have a live DJ.
Yeah, a live DJ.
Strobe lights. You can't see it, but it's there.
So hopefully next week we will have all the new stuff available for you guys to listen to. So for now, this is episode 9. I am Robert Swatha with Corey Urkel.
Hello.
And our guest today is Anthony Smith.
What's up?
I thought it was Bourdain. Damn it. I thought we had a guest named Anthony Bourdain on.
I wonder when we'll get our first guest. That's like a real guest, not Anthony.
Oh, thank you. I'm not a real person. That's okay.
Yeah, I doubt it, but anyway.
He's a person. His name is Anakin.
It would have to be somebody who lives in San Diego.
There's
Who famous lives in San Diego?
We could get the guys from Mega 64.
They're not famous no more. The time is gone.
They have more listeners than we do on our podcast.
Well, of course. They have booths at Comic-Con and videos.
So if we had booths at Comic-Con, we'd have
It
more.
might help. Or if you made a funny video. If you were funny.
I guess there is
The
that.
difference between them and us. Comedy.
What did we talk about before the computer crash? Corey's Baby Gap shirt.
Oh.
Corey's wearing a
Maybe, yeah.
a youth medium
Now,
DuckTales shirt.
Retreading, it's not funny anymore. I've been...
Yeah, it's not.
No.
We
lost the magic.
I'm genuinely pissed off because I got the fancy new microphone and now I have to buy a laptop just to be able to use the fancy microphone.
I'm genuinely afraid for your wife tonight.
Maybe next week I'll build a soundproof room in here that can fit 2 of us, but we'll squeeze the third person in to make it like really uncomfortable.
So what we normally do after the show?
Yeah,
Okay.
but with clothes on.
Oh, that's way different. Well, teach their own, I guess.
So last week was Civil War. This week we don't really have an agenda. I know Anthony wants to talk Game of Thrones.
Hell yeah.
You have some agenda.
I have
It's
some
liberal.
agenda.
It's a liberal bias.
It's Bernie Sanders is speaking on Saturday in National City.
Go out and support your local, non-local.
Vermont senator.
Yeah, that guy's done.
Too bad some of us work on weekends.
Like who?
Like me.
Oh, shit. I didn't see that coming. That's a good one.
But what do you? The suit is not black. What do you guys got?
What do you got?
What do you got? What do you got?
Just a lot of Game of Thrones
What
stuff.
do you got?
Just-
Corey, what do you got?
No, let's settle it down. I mean, who knows if we're going to do a midway episode.
That's after episode 5, which would be next week. But we're not doing Game of Thrones mid-season next week because it's Brian, and Brian is fucking terrible when it comes to Game of Thrones.
He doesn't watch it live? Oh my god. How does he live?
Is he not caught up on this season at all?
He watched the first episode. I don't know if he's watched past that.
But there's so much that's happened.
I don't know.
I know he's listening.
Jon Snow. I don't even know if Brian listens to the podcast. Do you listen to the podcast, Brian? If you listen to the podcast, this doesn't just go for Brian. When you hear this, if you listen to the podcast, tweet me at Sly Comics on Twitter so I know that you listen to the podcast. Brian specifically.
So when you get no tweets, you just gotta sit there.
I just sit there and cry.
Well, I guess I just wasted my time.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, this whole podcast might be a waste of time, but...
It was obviously a waste of money.
Yeah, I can't even use the fucking $150 microphone.
Oh, well, you can sit on it.
It does look like a giant ice cream cone.
You can hear your insides churning.
When I was adjusting
Lovely.
the sound levels for it, I could hear the birds outside. Anyways, let's hear what you have to say besides herpes and grayscale, which was
Yeah.
is grayscale
I think we started over.
is grayscale the herpes of Game of Thrones diseases?
I think so. I don't know. I kind of just wanted to talk about characters that are probably going to be upcoming in the season, like what I brought up beforehand.
Urine.
Urine.
If all the grayscale people had to go to a specific island, like, is that what happens?
No, it's
A
the
colony?
Valeria, right?
Yeah.
They mentioned they ship them off. I think it's kind of like they would make like leper colonies.
If they sent all the people in the world with herpes to a Valeria or venereal,
Venereal Australia.
what would the population on? I mean, isn't like 33% of the population has herpes?
They wouldn't have to worry about using protection. That's the best thing ever.
Well,
and we wouldn't have to either.
I'm fairly certain everybody here has had a cold sore, so.
Yeah, but that's hereditary. I mean, like, I didn't kiss somebody with a cold sore and get him.
You kissed me.
We would have gotten them together at the same time, all the time. So,
herpes is
obviously,
for life,
we're out of
dude.
sync. Our periods have not aligned.
You only get that shit once and then you're done.
Fucking herpes. Anyways, herpes scale.
So, definitely glad that Khaleesi Daenerys has escaped the clutches.
Naked?
Oh yeah, that was great.
It was really her too.
And it was actually her, so that's even better.
Yeah.
That she escaped the clutches of the crappy.
The fake calls?
Yeah, the fake calls.
Did
The
you see
only
that
real
picture?
call is Khal Drogo.
No.
They had a picture side by side. Khal Drogo versus Khal. What was his name? Mongo or something?
I hope it was Mongo.
If it wasn't, it was basically call him Khal Mongo. And it said your generic brand versus your name brand. And it had
So it was like
pictures of-
adhesive strip versus Band-Aid.
Yeah. And you can see the difference. The quality was just...
Who has longer hair?
Drogo.
I didn't look at that. I was looking at like
Drogo had longer hair.
pecs, and I was looking all over.
Well, and that dude wore armor.
He was
On
covered.
his arms.
Yeah, and Khal Drogo had just blue stripes coming down his chest.
He had blue
which
stripes and
really
then-
showed it off.
He had like a kind of like a core piece of armor that was just over like his abs.
We're doing a podcast, you fucking dog. Shut up.
Don't call your brother a dog.
Dude, just soak a sponge in bacon grease, toss it over there, you're good. I didn't say that on live recording.
Does that kill a dog?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Why do you know that?
I just do.
Did James tell you?
No, I learned that when I was in like 7th grade.
By killing one dog? One
No,
dog?
I didn't say that.
Little known fact.
He won't say it on audio.
I would never
recording
kill a dog
on
No.
purpose.
unless
No.
it was trying to eat me.
It lived. But barely.
So what were we talking? Khal Drogo and naked Khaleesi.
Oh, is you glad she got away?
Jon Snow hanging motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Dude, I was surprised that he.
Hung Ollie.
Yeah, I mean, but Ollie was a little shit though.
He deserved it.
Even at the end, he was just that little stupid grin on his face. Like I wasn't even
It was
really.
more
that...
like a scowl.
Yeah.
that would be the correct word for it.
But yeah, I wanted him to die too. You know what's funny is he was the youngest, but he didn't say shit. He didn't plead for his life.
That
He
was the coolest part.
he took it like a I don't know. How
Sir Alistair took it kind of like a man, pretty much like a man.
Yeah.
He defended his action. He was like, "I'd take it. I'd do it again."
Who was
two
the
guys were
wait?
bitches.
What one guy said? Say something to my family. I don't think.
That's not a pop out. One guy was like, "Oh, please, whatever."
Yeah.
Tell my wife I died fighting the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that
tell,
is a cop out.
Tell your family, whatever. But the other two took it like champs. Pretty bold. I liked when you chopped off that guy's head last season and hung people this season. Pretty badass stuff.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Jon Snow's gonna fuck Ramsay up, and that's gonna be an epic battle.
Oh.
I think they're both gonna get messed up.
Watch Ramsay kill Jon Snow.
Oh.
They wouldn't bring him back just to kill him.
That would be the ultimate.
You have to assume that Jon Snow is gonna be riding through, picking up people that are Stark enthusiasts, loyalists, and end up wrecking house, dude. And I hope it's 1-on-1 Snow versus Ramsay. But Ramsay is, as much as he's like one of the most hated people in the show, he takes care of shit himself.
Yeah.
Like he's no joke.
It would be more cathartic if Sansa killed Ramsay because she got raped by him.
I like that.
I could imagine that. I
But
could see it happening.
like I said, Ramsay,
She's not fucking around anymore either. Now that she's with family again.
Yeah. Ramsay's not annoying, which Joffrey was. Or a little bitch, like Joffrey was. So, 2 times as evil as Joffrey, but fucking 2
Takes
times
care of
cooler.
business,
Or wait,
yeah.
100 times cooler. So, props to that. You have a villain that you can like and hate at the same time.
Yeah.
What about? So I've been also I've watched the first 4 episodes like multiple times in the past couple days, just to catch like little things. One of the main things that I noticed was when Tyrion sets Daenerys' dragons free of the chains, and the first one he walked up to, he he tells a story of basically how his dad told him that the last dragon had died a long time ago or whatever, and he cried himself to sleep.
Dumb.
No, but
that line.
But like the fact that he had to like touch it and like hold his hand on it before he like just the look on his face, and like I don't know, it's got to be. It kind of takes me back to when he first seen Drogon flying, and it was just like shit, like it'd be like touching an elephant, you know, or something like that.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I've ridden an elephant.
That's cool.
God damn it.
You can ride them at the San Diego County Fair.
Yeah.
Until they go rogue. And
what's nice about doing a podcast and recording, we're semi-regular. It's probably like every 2 weeks. Is that when we're talking about stuff, when you're arguing about stuff, sometimes it's like, oh, well, I said this, and somebody can say, no, you didn't. Corey called that Tyrion was going to be training these dragons or doing something with these dragons.
No, I didn't.
He's going to be their friend.
Prove it. I didn't.
I could go back. I think it was episode like 3 or 4.
You did say.
I mean, there's so many episodes now.
I would never have said that.
There's so many
impossible.
episodes.
How about Tormund talking with the High Sparrow? That kind of caught me off guard. How
A lot of influence there.
Yeah, lots of influence from the creepy old guy.
What episode do we finish? Just so we know. It's
4.
about 4?
There's 4 episodes.
Yeah, because Marjorie just got done talking to him.
Because
Marjorie didn't fall for that shit.
Day after
No.
tomorrow is Sunday, and it'll be half over. Season will be half over already.
I think I brought this up. How can the High Sparrow be like a big evil villain in our mind's eye when he's the most noble person or pure person on the show? He has no agenda, no objective.
This guy has no agenda. He's got to have an agenda. What a dick.
Everybody's placing him with some agenda, but basically he's just preaching their version of the Bible, which is now he's like the biggest villain. You want Cersei Lannister, who's the evilest character who killed some of your favorite characters in the show, and you want her to go kick that guy's ass. You're like, yeah, Cersei.
Shows good writing.
It's like a complete 360. Where you turn around and you walk the opposite way.
But you're still just waiting for the other shoe to drop, I guess you would say. But what is his agenda? Because everybody in the show has had an agenda. Are they really going to have a character?
You think they're going to drop something in? I think he's just going to keep doing what he's doing.
You think he's going to keep doing what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's not going to release his little sparrows into the wild?
Like, now that I've finally convinced you all I'm pure, here are my dragons.
I don't think so, because when he goes to
What if Jon Snow comes in and agrees with him, and he has another ally that's...
Yeah, in 4 seasons, maybe.
There's only 2 seasons left out of this, and they're partial
He ain't
seasons.
going to make it down there. He can't even get out of Castle Black.
Well, I think by the end of this season, he'll be the Warden of the North, and he'll have taken over all that by the end of the season. So next season he'll be marching towards maybe King's Landing.
I would like him to spend all his time fighting White Walkers for the rest of the show and getting Daenerys to come help him, and that would be.
I guess that makes more sense.
And the last episode, them marrying, and
brother and sister.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird, you know.
No, they do that. That's Targaryens. That's what they do.
Well, you know more than I do, so.
Well, you know Targaryens. They mentioned in the show that they always the Lannisters use that as to defend all their what do you call it?
Incest?
Incest, yeah.
Incestual relationships.
So, and the show may not make Jon Snow.
You haven't seen your girlfriend Dorne in a little while.
The one who killed everybody?
No, the one that had Bronn on her finger.
Dude, that chick's hot.
Yeah. I'm in episode 2. Right?
Your favorite. She uttered your favorite line in the whole series, right?
What was that line, Robert?
You want a good wife, but you need a bad...
But you need the bad pussy as well.
I can't drop it.
You can't say it.
I can't say
you
it.
should have had him say it.
Damn it. I can't say it. I can't. I'm sorry.
You can drop the N-bomb, but you can't say...
I don't say the N-bomb. I don't say the N-word. I'll drop the P word every once in a while, I suppose, but I won't say the C word.
I love dropping the C word.
But you won't do it on here.
No, of course not.
You say the hard C.
Yes.
Well, you say all the other racist words.
No. We're not doing that here.
I just want to know how many... You say 3 off limits, but literally I think it's going to be like 6.
Yeah, I mean,
7.
we're not going to alienate the 4 fans that we have by... No, it's not going to happen.
But the P word. The P word. It's not even a bad word. You could be talking about a cat.
But we're not talking about cats.
Imagine her talking about a cat.
She was talking about a cat?
Yeah, she's talking about a little cat. You know, you want a good little kitty, but you need the bad one. She's talking about cats the whole time. What do you think she's talking about?
I don't know. She was just nude like 30 seconds earlier.
It's hot in
okay.
Dorne.
Yeah, Doran.
Listen, Robert, if you're not a fan of pussycats,
I hate cats, by the way. That'll alienate
He
half
does.
of our
I
fan base.
love
I hate
cats.
cats. Cats are terrible. They
Yep.
smell. They
Check-
give you diseases. They're like the dirtiest animal you can own as a pet.
They give you diseases?
Yeah.
what post are we talking about?
Oh God, look it up online, man. If we would have had the good microphone, I could have been looking shit up on my phone. But it's a bacteria or something that's found in cat shit, and they found that it's transferable to humans, and it can affect the way your brain operates.
Oh, God.
Or like, I'm a hypochondriac. I look at WebMD all the time. If you ever type in anything on there, it says, "Have you been licked or scratched by a cat lately?" Because they can give you all kinds of shit because they're dirty fucking animals.
That's terrifying.
Also,
They're
will
disgusting. Get a dog. They actually love you and care about what's going
Say, also
on.
say, have you had any encounters with the female reproductive organ?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Okay.
It's an STD.
Why don't we trail off?
This is... DuckTales?
I left off on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Dorn, Bad Pea.
Just say it, man.
Bad Pea. We were talking about grayscale being herpes. When you get grayscale on your pee.
Well, I know Anthony wanted to talk about
Poor
urine.
Jorah.
You want to talk about
Yoren
urine?
Greyjoy had like one of the most badass like dialogue intros I feel like in a long time when he's talking to Balon and he's like,
Hello, brother.
"I am the storm, brother, the first storm and the last." That just like ooh.
What was his name?
Euron?
You're on.
Urine?
Urine.
You know, I read today that they spray fox urine on trees and let it
urine?
freeze. No, and they let it freeze for people that illegally cut down, I think, Christmas trees. So they go cut these pine trees off in the forest, but they spray them with pee, and you can't smell the fox urine when it's frozen. But when you cut it down and put it in your house and it warms up, the smell is so bad. They say it makes your eyes involuntarily water, and the smell is like insufferable. Like it. So they're basically punishing these people that are going illegally cutting down trees. There's your fact.
How do they get
For
rid
the
of
day.
it for the legal people?
You're not allowed to legally cut down these trees.
Oh. They're not there for harvesting?
No, they're not there for harvesting.
Oh.
They're just people that are going out in the forest and
What a-
cutting trees.
what a waste of
So all
trees.
these trees have fox urine on them. Anyways, urine.
That's a lot of fox urine somebody's collecting.
Urine on the Iron
Is that a
Islands.
job? Collecting fox urine?
They collect semen for all kinds of different animals,
That's true. Lobster semen,
including
is
hard pea cats.
So lobster semen is in a lot of hair conditioners.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like the myth where like bull semen is in Red Bull.
I don't know. I read it on the internet, so it's. I mean, it's
Everything on the
kinda hit or
internet is
miss.
true.
It's hit or miss.
You'd be surprised how much semen you can find in your hair.
Urine, Iron Islands, Theon's back.
Somewhat.
Is she gonna run the Iron Islands, but Theon's gonna be the face because he's the heir?
It depends how the trial or however that
King's moot.
voting. Yeah, however that works.
It's a moo point.
It's a king's moot point.
It's like a cow. It's
Yeah.
opinion.
So
It's moo.
Urine killed Balon, his older brother.
But they don't know that.
No, and it's funny because in the books they worship the drowned god, and the opposite of the drowned god is the storm god.
I just gotta stop you there. You guys never see this because we don't film it. We need to film an episode once we have a real sound. So I mean, when we move to our new sound studio with the excellent equipment.
Yeah.
Corey always looks like he needs to take a shit when he's talking about Game of Thrones. He gets his furrow in his brow, like if you're really constipated. Anyways, so the drowned god. Tell me more.
You have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Do you want to know more?
No, you don't like that movie. No.
Just because I say-
quote Pulp Fiction.
Just because I said Pulp Fiction is better than
quote that.
Coke quote?
Go quote. Quote.
Anyways, urine.
So yeah, so there's Urine Greyjoy, and the books there's
See?
another brother,
There's the shit face.
Victorion, I believe. And well, there was another one too. He was a priest. That priest with the scraggly hair. He should have been a brother of Balon. And then you got what's the, Yara?
Yara, yeah.
and then all four of them, well, sorry, there should be three of them, besides other people, throw in their hats to be the king of the Iron Islands. All the lords get a vote, and all the captains. In the book, in the show, it's probably going to be like a dozen people. In the book, it was like everybody, and I don't want to tell you who gets elected, but King's Moot. It's only happened. The last time it happened was like 1,000 years ago in the book, so it's not something that's called for at the end of it. Every time somebody dies, this time they're like it could be anybody, any lord of the Iron Island. If they're going to discuss their plan for the Iron Islanders.
So it's like a democracy.
They
all get to say their plans
and
where
what's
things
fun,
are going.
They buy out votes basically. Every one of them's like a pirate almost. And
So it's like the U.S. democracy.
Yeah, exactly. They all throw out treasure like if you elect me as king, look what all the spoilers you guys can have, and they throw out diamonds and everything. I don't think we're going to see a quarter of that. I think we're going to see 3 people arguing over like a table, probably.
I have a question for the both of you.
Okay.
Seeing as to how the creepy necromancer dude that brought back the mountain has Varys's little creepy children birds, how do you think that's going to play out?
He's going to use it in the same way. I don't think they're really going to dive into it any more than...
I assume that was just a big reveal from Varys saying, "My little birds tell me a secret." I think that was just the big reveal saying, he's not superhuman. He used orphan boys, which you've seen a little orphan boy talking to Jorah Mormont when they're about to poison the Khaleesi in season 1.
Varys with the bag of silver with the chick talking about her son. That was excellent. You got to see how he works. You know what I mean? I like that a lot.
And how cunning.
Carrot on the stick.
Yeah.
Same thing for a little spy. So, yeah, he's talented. And there's another. Do you guys like that flashback scene? Right.
With Neil Patrick Harris as Ned Stark.
The guy, yeah. That guy with the 2 swords kicked ass.
Yeah.
Dude, that was one of the most badass sword fighting scenes I've seen in a little while from
4
Game
on
of
1.
Thrones. Yeah, and when he stabbed that guy in the chest and it went like halfway and then he pushes it all the way, I was like, oh!
It kind of reminded me of, and it didn't remind me while I was watching it, but he manhandled everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like Christian Bale in Equilibrium when he's fighting guys around him and there's just nobody that can really match his skill level.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I think I actually a swordsman. I remember everyone thought they were going to have that scene in the show months ago when they put out a call saying we need like a local person who's really good like swordsman to do these
Inigo
scenes.
Montoya.
Yeah. So I think they found somebody who actually knows how to handle their shit.
Ray Park.
Yeah, they should have got Ray Park.
If there's a sword thing, just get Ray Park.
Everybody knows him though.
So they need to get somebody they didn't know.
It might help. It might.
I guess it needed to be.
You don't want to put Robert De Niro in a fucking scene in a flashback and be like, "What the fuck is Robert De Niro doing there?"
They got Ian McShane. He hasn't been in the show yet.
Yeah, but he's gonna have speaking role.
Okay.
I guess Swordman has a speaking role, but what do you have? 2 lines?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Yeah. Now it begins.
Now he'll never talk again.
Yeah.
No. Now it ends.
Yeah.
We just need to have you on here for accents. We're not even gonna have you in every episode. We'll just have you here. So in case we need an accent.
Do Sean Bean.
No.
Do Boromir.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, and do a line from him.
Do damn it.
Do Bill and Ted.
Do Odysseus.
From the Odyssey?
Yeah.
But from Troy.
Oh god.
It's Sean Bean.
Do Sean Bean from Black Death.
I've never seen Black
Do
Death.
the villain from the first National Treasure movie.
Do the villain from Goldeneye.
Oh god, you guys are killing me. I can't. You.
do Christian Bale's partner from Equilibrium.
I've only seen that movie once.
It's an excellent movie.
What are we missing? It's got to be a lot.
Yeah, I'm
I know. He's in a show now, isn't he?
I think it was on TBS, but I don't think it was.
Do that TBS show.
Fucking TBS.
He was on the side of the Marriott during Comic-Con 2 years ago.
Do that.
Do the Marriott.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about now.
Talk about Sean Bean, every role he's been in. Can you just do Sean Bean as Sean Bean?
If you would you name your kid Vanilla? Vanilla Bean? That was such a bad joke.
You can do a lot of Bean jokes. Oh, what was that movie where they had all the clones? That was a good movie. With Ewan McGregor. Oh, they kept all the clones in a Truman style show place. They convinced them all. They'd all
I haven't seen that. Did
said
that have Scarlett Johansson in it?
it had somebody like that. Yeah, I like that movie. Don't remember what it's called, but do the
Why
villains
are you,
in that.
why are you twitching so much?
I don't know what the fuck movie you're
It's
talking
Sean
about.
Bean.
Did you have a topic today, Corey?
Oh, are you there yet?
Well, let's just hear what it is, and if it sucks, we'll go back to Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And making fun of Anthony.
Well, I bring this up.
It sucks.
Yeah. Okay. So yesterday I watched Pan.
With Jason Isaac?
No.
Hugh Jackman?
Wait, with
was
Hugh
that called
Jackman.
Pan?
I think it was, wasn't it? Or was it
Yeah.
called Peter? Is it?
A lot of names get crossed up. You have, Peter
Are
Pan.
you talking about the one with
Hook.
Hugh Jackman? The one that
Yes.
you and I wanted to see, and then it got terrible ratings.
Yes. So I watched it, and it is not good.
But going in with no
it's not-
expectations?
It's bad enough. I mean, not bad enough that I turned it off. I just got, But, so I want to say, that had a good trailer. I thought it had a good trailer.
Yeah, it did.
Any other movies that had really good trailers that sucked?
I think the ultimate one, even though I liked it, was Watchmen. A lot of people didn't like Watchmen, and it had one of the best trailers, period. I loved that trailer. It had
The
that,
Comic-Con trailer?
yeah, was it Smashing Pumpkins? They slowed down one of their
You
songs.
told me that once. That was from Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Yeah, and they slowed it down.
Yeah.
That was... But I love Watchmen, so I mean... But there's a lot of movies that... You know what's the opposite of that? Is I hate Star Trek, but I've liked the first 2 Star Trek movies that J.J. Abrams did. The new trailer is so fucking terrible.
Really? I haven't even seen the new trailer.
Everything you see on screen is fine, but they set the pace and
Yeah,
the tone
it's
with the
cut
song.
horrible.
Yeah.
And I get why they're using the song because it was in the first one.
I
But
get
it's
that.
it's not good. It's
it doesn't
not good.
suit a sci-fi epic movie to have Beastie
Because a
Boys.
trailer can make you want to see a movie or make you not want to see a movie. I mean, the trailer
Yeah.
for Civil War, when they showed Spider-Man, I got giddy.
Yeah, that was fine. When I remember this was a bad one, but not so bad. I remember when I seen the trailer for Matrix 2 in theaters. At the time, Matrix 1 is still one of the fucking best movies ever. Matrix 1
I
is,
love the first
it's
Matrix
so tight.
movie.
And Matrix 2, I remember thinking, back in the day, you don't have internet, you don't know movies are coming out. I was bombarded with it, the trailer in the theater. I'm like, holy fuck, now he's like God because he can fly.
Yeah.
And it looks so fucking tight. And although it's not a bad movie, even the first time I watched it, I thought it was a good movie. It was the spectacle of it.
It's much better after you watch the third one.
Agreed. It went downhill fast.
I remember watching the third one coming out of theaters and being like, what the fuck just happened?
The CG for the second one hasn't aged well. Like the fucking fight with Mr. Smith, the
Oh,
clone
yeah,
fight.
I haven't watched it in
It
a long
looks so
time.
CG. It's even Pan had CG that looked so bad.
It's ridiculous now when you see movies with bad CG. Things have come so far. I mean, I guess if you have a really shitty budget,
Yeah.
you might have some crappy CG. But why would anything? I mean, if I don't
The
know.
big budget movies shouldn't, but they pay. I remember seeing things like the studios that make CG that make like nothing. They have horrible working conditions, but another thing they sub out to different
Yeah.
studios unless you're like Pixar, which that's your whole movie.
I mean, the big ones you see is Weta. I mean, they do a lot of good stuff, and
I was like, Weta was almost infallible until you see, like some of the Hobbit movies have this. If it's not bad CG, it's just it looks so.
I
cheesy,
think we're
some of
giving
them.
that a dismissal though from the timeline they had to work on it.
I agreed. We talked about that
Hey,
outside.
Do you know this? Because Guillermo del Toro was supposed to do the Hobbit movies.
Really?
Yeah, and he was signed on for a long
It was
time.
like back and forth. Like Peter Jackson's movie, kind of producer. He was.
Yeah,
but
like
he
a
had a-
consultant almost.
He had a lawsuit pending with New Line Cinema because he didn't get all his royalties or something agreed upon.
And with
They settled.
Del Toro was supposed to do the Hobbit movies, and then he dropped out, and Peter Jackson took over, and with Lord of the Rings, he had years to do all the stuff he wanted to before they started filming. This, he had stuff arriving on set when they were supposed to film. Things weren't completely written.
Yeah, from the last DVD, it's now got. It's making waves on the internet. There's like one of the behind the scenes like showing basically like an 8-minute little documentary of how rushed they were. He's like, we had 3 years to produce Lord of the Rings before we ever shot a single shot. Before we went down to New Zealand, we organized everything, planned shots, everything. This one I had a year to do 3 movies, and there's something to show up on set, and I'm writing stuff, I'm planning scenes and shots the day of. I tell them to take a long lunch break, and I'm losing my mind because every 30 minutes I have 7 people coming up to me trying to ask me for what they should be doing when I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. And
it makes you realize how the movies they're not great, but they were good movies. And they were the only reason. I mean,
better than the Matrix movies.
Yeah, the fact that he got them that good with that short period of time is pretty.
I mean Matrix 2 and 3. I don't mean Matrix 1. The Hobbits are not better than Matrix 1.
But I don't know.
Lord of the Rings is better than Matrix.
I was saying like The Hobbit 1, 2, and 3 are better than Matrix 2 and 3. So Peter Jackson Rushed is better than whatever those sisters are called now.
The
Wachowski sisters.
The Canker sisters, what?
Well, they were the Wachowski brothers. Then one turned into a trans, and so it became the Wachowskis. On their around the time like Speed Racer came out, I think it just said the Wachowskis, and now I think the other one became trans as well.
So they're the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
Did they switch it to sisters? That'd be kind of cool.
No, that's a joke, but I think they did a full 360 there.
Are you gonna keep doing the 360?
Well, yeah, it's like the Xbox 360.
You turn around and walk away. That was such a bad. People are dumb. Not our listeners. Our listeners are very smart, especially Travis Angeles. Weren't we going to talk about something about trilogies? And we were talking about it at work.
But he didn't even mention any trailers. Anthony wasn't even chip in.
For what?
Trailers. Why don't you chip in, Anthony?
Why don't you speak?
I haven't seen any good trailers.
Like,
ever?
In the history
What's
of
your
your
favorite
life?
trailer? Dead Island?
Oh, God. That is the best trailer probably ever. Do you remember the Dead Island trailer?
No.
That was shot almost in reverse?
What?
It had like really sad music playing and it was the daughter biting the dad.
Oh, that's fucked up.
We go video game. All the Assassin's Creed like CG trailers they released. I mean, now I don't know if they had any, but like starting from like 2 to 2.5 to 3. All the CG. I mean, which one did you liked one of them a lot?
The first one with Ezio. No, it was the second one with
Ezio. I think you like Revelation. The way you talking like, oh my god,
yeah, because he was older.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen it, but when I played it, I'm like, holy shit.
There's one for Unity, where all 4 people hunting something. I was like, these trailers are fucking badass.
You know what I don't like?
Oh, I have another one.
I don't like the Avatar picture for Uncharted 4 with Nathan Drake just kind of holding his gun to the side and looking down. It doesn't look like him. It doesn't even look like him.
I have to look at it closer. Don't get it, but
I'm not gonna go get it. But you'll see it. It's the.
Sometimes I question game covers. Sometimes
it's the cover and it's the little logo on your PlayStation when you're getting ready to start it up.
Okay, I'll look at it. I hadn't noticed.
Side note: Uncharted 4. Corey and I are both playing it. Excellent game.
Review to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, good game. Glad they delayed it. That's funny. When movies get delayed, you know it's bad. When games get delayed, it's probably good.
Like Suicide Squad wanting to make more jokes.
Yeah. And Pan got delayed. That's what I was thinking of too. Like half a year at one point in time.
Something got delayed, and was it Deadpool? Deadpool got delayed.
Well, that's one of the few exceptions, I guess, because that movie's awesome.
You see Ron Perlman's trying to get Cable. Would anybody be upset about Ron Perlman playing Cable? That's an excellent one.
Ron Perlman, anything.
Yeah,
you hate him in anything?
I thought about the guy from Avatar. What was his name? Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
But after Ron Perlman's been kind of lobbying for the spot, I would pick Ron Perlman.
Not your decision.
It should be.
It's who wants less money.
It'll be Stephen Lang.
Maybe.
But I saw a thing and Ron Perlman posted. He's like, me playing Cable. Cable should want to fucking play me.
That's the kind of attitude you need to have going into that.
I think they delayed Deadpool though because of the 4K formatting or whatever. I think that's really why they did it.
Anthony's got to bring in TV stuff.
I love TV stuff. I sell TVs all day at work.
We're not allowed to talk about where we work on the podcast.
I didn't say that. I could work at Radio Shack for all they know.
I don't think you can.
No, I saw Radio Shack recently, but they don't sell TVs.
I work at Blockbuster.
I work at some other place that went out of business, and I'm not smart enough to think of a place really quickly. Anyways, trailer, Anthony. Anthony just gave me the finger.
I haven't seen any really good trailers lately.
No, like a trailer that
I saw like
looked good and the movie was shitty.
This company always gets them fucking right. This is a good video game trailer. Sorry, not bad one. Is Blizzard. Anytime they make a fucking CG trailer, like all the Warcraft expansions or
Diablo,
those CG trailers fucking kill it.
They almost just completely make a story. I mean, it's excellent.
Like the one that sticks out, the best one I thought like Wrath of the Lich King trailer. Just that CG is bad. It still holds. Wish they made a whole movie out of that. Which they're making a movie. Which
I have
That would be
a.
good.
I had the collector's edition of Diablo 2, and it came with a disc that had all the cutscenes put together back to back.
Put that on. So I watched one time that somebody collected all the Uncharted cutscenes and just put them. It's like a full-length movie on YouTube. You just sit back and watch that. It's
That's
awesome.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I feel like the trailer for the game The Order was way cooler than the actual game was. It was very like aesthetically pleasing. Like it looked really good, but the game was super linear. There wasn't anything really.
I still need to play that.
It's really good, but there's not replayability at all. There's no reason to go back.
And I will love it.
There's not a lot of secret stuff that you can find. Like
I don't have time to go back.
Can you put it on easy?
yeah.
Robert, this is the game for you.
I'm not Travis. Travis said last week, he's like, I put it on easy and I just want to go.
That's fucking.
Isn't that what he said?
He said something like that, but who was listening?
I was.
We have a few people that actually listen.
Yeah.
A few thousand.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we do.
Yes, go on to @SlyComics and let me know you listen.
Yeah. Tweet him. Because if you don't tweet him, he won't know.
Well, the fucking thing on iTunes, it just says popularity and there's a bar. There's no mathematical equation that shows you how many people are listening or how many people subscribe. You figured they would say, hey, you have this many subscribers. No, it doesn't work that way.
What if they only half listen to it? How can they judge that?
I don't care. As
So
long as they start listening.
as long as I hear your promos every week.
Yeah.
Brought to you by dogs barking.
Brought to you by the humming of the refrigerator in the garage.
Brought to you by that fucking laptop, bro. Piece of shit, fucking.
Newsflash: the house down the street's burning down.
Oh yeah, there was a fire on our street.
Not brought to you by the P word.
Yeah.
Or the hard C.
3 hard C's.
I had a question. Riddle me this.
That's a
Anybody
question?
watching Gotham? No? Alright. Doesn't matter. That wasn't my question.
No, bad show.
It has its
It was
moments.
pretty cool.
It has its moments.
Never seen it.
So they announced a Harley Quinn movie is either in pre-development or they're planning on putting one out. And there's a Wonder Woman movie. So DC has effectively put 2 movies into some sort of production that have female leads before Marvel's put a single one in. And there's been rumors of them saying that Black Widow's going to get her own movie, but they haven't said anything official. So DC is going to beat Marvel to punch on a female-led movie. Probably 2 before they get one out.
I would rather see a Harley Quinn movie than a Black Widow movie. And I haven't seen Suicide Squad. I don't know the direction they're going. From the outset, that sounds more appealing.
If you put... I'm not a Scarlett Johansson fan.
You have to put all the main characters in her movie. It would make it their movie.
You'd have to be... They would have to have a new... Like, Black Widow's the sidekick to Captain America and Winter Soldier. She'd have to have her own sidekick that wouldn't steal the spotlight from her.
The only way I'd find it cool is the Black Widow origins.
That would be cool.
And you gotta see some of her early missions.
Like the Red Room and...
Yeah. And her, like, encounters with Bucky, which she hinted at in Civil War.
I would like it... I would be on board if it was Emily Blunt instead of Scarlett Johansson. Because she was originally supposed to play Black Widow, but there was a scheduling conflict. I like Emily
They
Blunt.
can't change midstream.
I know. I know they can't.
Not with everybody else still the same character.
I understand. Except for Rhodey.
Nobody remembers what's his name from Iron Man 1. What was that guy's name? Who was a piece of shit? Terrence Howard?
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Because he was getting paid more than Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. I think they did that with somebody else too, didn't they? Well,
Jon Favreau.
they hulked it. Edward Norton.
Eric Bana?
No, but I mean, I think Edward Norton's movie's officially in the MCU
It is.
canon.
Yeah.
So
There was a... I just saw that the soda plant that Edward Norton was working at in Brazil was on posters in San Francisco in Ant-Man. So, I mean, just little things like that would make them linked to the same universe.
That's pretty cool. I mean, General Ross.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a bigger one.
Yeah.
some fucking poster.
So, in that sense, did they explain what happened to Liv Tyler? They didn't even give her a Pepper Potts shout out.
Yeah, they didn't.
So he's all hitting on.
She did.
The Black Widow.
I told you she
and
did.
he's got a girlfriend somewhere. Like, where the hell is Eric Bana at?
You can't have... you can't ever have sex with him. I mean, they've hinted at that, right? With Scarlett Johansson and...
Is it angry sex?
Well, when his heart rate starts going too high, he turns into the Hulk. You're gonna turn the Hulk when you're inside of somebody?
Is it? They say heart rate?
Maybe that's what she
That's
gets off on.
the whole thing with Edward Norton. If you say they're linked, he had the heart rate watch that when his heart rate got too high.
Oh, fuck. It's been a while since I watched that.
And
one.
even Ruffalo was like, I can't get too.
That's funny. The Incredible
There's no
Hulk
future
counts.
with me.
That guy who had that stuff dripping out his head just died of cancer. There's no villain there.
Yep.
That guy's just smiling because he died.
What else was that guy in?
That movie Where Art Thou, Brother, right?
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's the one.
James likes that movie.
It's a tight spot. And they're trapped up in the barn.
I haven't seen it in so long.
It's been a long time.
That song is my jam.
But do you think it's a misstep for Marvel not to have a female-led movie?
Obviously, no, they're taking their fucking movies to the bank.
I just don't think they've really thought about it.
If they're making tons of money, making fucking the top 10 every fucking movie they put out, I don't think they think, oh, we're doing something wrong here. I mean, sexism-wise, is kind of fucked up, but there are a lot of females in the movies, and they're not underrepresented.
Where are all the Asians?
Who cares?
I don't know.
Whoa! I know that's a big thing.
Yeah,
That there's not
masturbate?
any
That cor-
serious Asian.
There's that Korean scientist in Avengers 2.
Why are you cutting me off?
I should know her name. Something Wan or Wang or Seoul.
Anyways, it's that there's not a lot of Asian people
Chow.
in Doctor
It was
Strange.
Chow.
In Doctor Strange.
Oh, there's not?
No, I think there's one. Well, the thing is that what's the creepy girl from Constantine?
Yeah, she's Asian.
No, they picked her instead of like an Asian person because that's what it was supposed to.
No,
look.
but she looks Asian. At
She
least
doesn't. She doesn't.
It's no piercer. She looked a little Asian.
She doesn't look anything. She. I mean,
She's a blank slate.
that's exactly what she is. She's a blank slate.
Hey, they blew up the Asian chick. Lex Luthor blew up the Asian chick.
EC?
That's DC though.
That's racist.
Why is that racist?
We are like bordering on inappropriate here.
No,
Borderline.
they killed the only Asian in their movie. I think the Chow lady lived in Avengers 2. I think. I don't remember.
Are you sure Ultron didn't like punch her in the
He
chest or
flashed
something?
her, but I'm pretty sure she's like a doctor who can repair cells, so I'm thinking she's fine.
Anybody but her own.
Was she fucking Darth Plagueis or what?
Yeah.
Don't go there.
We're not talking the extended universe.
We can't talk Star Wars.
We could talk Star Wars. But
And Sharon Carter was awesome in Captain 2 for like the 2 minutes she had. She had like 3 scenes. Sharon Carter? Yeah, that's right. The other one was Peggy Carter, right?
yeah.
Yeah. How many females were in that movie? Any more?
But those are some good
Oh.
family genes.
The Scarlet Witch. She was awesome. She's tight.
Yeah, but why? If she's so good, then why aren't they giving her own movie?
Who the fuck would want to go see a Scarlet Witch movie?
Or not Scarlet Witch. I thought we were talking Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, whatever.
Yeah.
Scarlet Spider.
I wouldn't want to see either of them.
They're all spiders.
Alone.
Scarlet's Web.
They'd have to be paired with Captain America, in which case they call it Captain America.
I guess Michael Keaton's back in negotiations for Spider-Man.
Batman.
Spider-Man.
Fuck that.
Homecoming.
Batman. Bring him back.
Spider-Man.
Batman. Bring him back.
Spider-Man.
Batman.
Why haven't they ever made a
Birdman.
Why haven't they ever made a Batman Beyond movie?
I thought they were
It would
going
make
to.
too much money. They're afraid of.
Because what was his name? Terry. Where's Brian when you need him? Terry. Batman Beyond was Terry.
Brian, where are you?
Brian, tweet me. That's like comics.
Fix this.
Anyways, it's because he makes jokes, and they won't make a Batman Beyond movie because you can't make jokes in DC movies.
That's the stupidest fucking. That's why they don't make Bane.
And when they make a joke, it's like, is she with you? I thought she was with you.
Granted, that was slightly funny.
No, it was just terrible.
It wasn't like.
It's too cliche.
That's the bad thing about Marvel movies. When you go in there, as badass as the action is, when they throw out a funny ass joke like 2 minutes later.
Everything hits.
Yeah, all the Winter Soldier jokes with
Falcon.
the Falcon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
It
were
was
great.
subtle and funny as shit.
Yeah,
That's what DC needs.
funny as shit.
Yeah.
Get Jim Carrey. That didn't work.
That Wonder Woman movie ain't gonna be funny unless Chris
Pine? Chris Pine.
What did I say?
You said Chris Pratt.
Yeah, they need Chris Pratt.
Pratt is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Put his face on Pine's face, and they'll be fine.
Is that like re-recording somebody's voice after they've already done all the lines for a animated movie?
Yeah.
Who did that? I think Chris Farley, wasn't he Shrek
He was
originally?
Shrek. He filmed
What?
He filmed
Yeah.
a bunch of Shrek.
I did not know that.
Just look at him.
I think Mars Needs Moms or something had Seth Green as the voice for somebody, and then
Did they get Seth Rogen?
they went to Seth Rogen. I haven't seen the first Neighbors. I need to watch it.
It's hilarious.
But when what's her face?
Neighbors is a funny.
Have you seen the trailer for the second one? When she's like, maybe this will
Yeah.
change your mind. It fucking cracks me up every time I see that trailer.
What'd she do?
She's talking to somebody and she has a handful of change. It's like when you fucking.
Neighbors was 10 times. It was way funnier than it should have been.
And then this one looks like
It looks even funnier.
Zach Braff, not Zach Braff.
Efron.
Zach Efron is. You know what? I hate to say it. I actually like Zach Efron, and I haven't even seen the Neighbors movie.
I like him too.
I saw him in
But Franco's brother was in that movie too.
to
He was
go
funny as shit.
to go full circle. Zach Efron was in a movie called Liberal Arts with Josh Radnor, who was on How I Met Your Mother. He directed it, but it was with Scarlet Witch. What's her name? Something Olsen. She's an Olsen girl.
Mhm.
Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
You know who Ashley and Mary Kate Olsen are?
Of course.
Scarlet Witch is their sister.
Now more famous.
Really?
Now more famous, yeah. But probably still worth much less money.
Yeah.
No, but they were in a movie together, and Zac Efron was in it. It was kind of
I
funny.
thought you liked the Zac Efron movie with the Chandler Bing.
Okay, we're not going into the terrible movies that I like.
What was that called?
The one where-
13 going on 30?
No, but I like that movie
That was a
too.
good movie.
Because you see Andy Serkis, and he's gay, and he does the Thriller dance.
Yeah.
And which one? The 13 going on 30?
13 Good on 30, yeah. That had Mark Ruffalo in it. That had the Hulk.
Pre-Hulk.
And Jennifer Garner played Jessica Jones, right? In Alias? Wasn't that Jessica Jones? I never watched Alias. But Alias is what Jessica Jones is from, right?
Is that a Marvel thing?
Yeah.
I never watched a second of it.
I didn't watch it either, but I'm assuming...
She played Electra and...
Oh, she was in Electra. I could have just said she was in the Marvel Universe there. God, that's
don't even
terrible.
count it. Don't count anything she's in.
No, but what is that movie with? It is. It's with Chandler Bing. It's with Matthew Perry, where he goes back in time. Well, he goes to his younger self, and
Oh, they didn't switch bodies?
oh,
I don't remember.
what's the guy's name that's that kisses
That guy.
Scott Lang? That kisses who's Scott Lang? Come on, Corey. We're
Ant-Man?
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
No.
That kisses Paul Rudd in I Love You Man. The gay guy at the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? He's in all kinds of stuff. He was in. Was it Dangle?
I'm trying to think of I Love You Man in the beginning.
Was it Dangle in Reno 911?
Oh, probably. If that guy was from Balls
Super
of Fury.
short shorts, right?
You know
yeah.
him from Balls of Fury,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I know him from. Well, I guess I don't know him from much of anything.
He plays like the roommate or uncle or something.
But he was in that movie with Zac Efron and Matthew Perry, and he was fucking hilarious. He was like a software engineer, and he made this stuff, and he had all this money, and he was trying to woo this girl with all these Lord of the Rings quotes.
Nice.
It was actually Katrina made me watch it. She's like, "Watch this." And I like chick flicks more than she does. She's like, "Watch this. I know you're gonna like it." I'm like, "I'm not gonna watch this." And I think she went away on something, and I watched it. I'm like, "Oh, this is actually kind of good."
Yeah, you're a sucker for girl movies.
I love girl movies. I've made her go to the store to buy me girl movies. I was watching some movie with, I think it was Ashley Judd and Hugh Jackman, and I didn't see the end of it. I had to go pick her up at the airport. On the way back from the airport, I'm like, Katrina, you need to go buy this movie so I can finish watching it.
Oh, I think I know what movie you're talking about. I think it's called like. It's not like Prisoners. It's some.
Anything with Hugh Jackman in it is good.
Yeah.
You know,
Swordfish.
He had a
Nickname huge.
As soon as this week, he had a cameo from the last Night at the Museum movie.
I didn't see that. Is that the third one?
I guess.
Was he Wolverine?
Probably the last movie Robin Williams
Did
did.
he say go fuck yourself?
He was playing himself on stage as King Arthur, but the guy who was Lancelot, the real Lancelot from the Wax Museum, walked on stage and was confused and then wanted to fight him.
Nice.
And so Hugh Jackman pretended he was Wolverine and pulled out like fake. He just did his dance and yelled, and then Lancelot's like, "What are you doing?" And the lady on stage, the other actress, I don't know who it was, said, "Oh, he's doing his Wolverine impression."
Nice.
And Hugh Jackman's like, "Yeah, it usually works." I thought that was a funny shit. That makes me want to watch that movie.
Hey, did you ever see the third Ocean's movie? Where Bruce Willis was in it as Bruce Willis?
Yes.
And they had Julia Roberts try to impersonate herself?
That was the weirdest thing. It's Julia Roberts playing a character who looks like Julia Roberts. So she's pretending to be Julia Roberts in front of Bruce Willis when she's obviously not. It's the weirdest
Yeah.
plot line to introduce in
That
the
was
movie.
not a good movie either.
No.
I liked the first two, actually. The second one had the Grey Wolf in it. He was stealing shit before them.
Yeah, the French guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'd say they go in descending order for me.
Why hasn't the guy with all the scars on his face that was in Gladiator and Sin City been in Game of Thrones. It just seems like a thing that he could be in.
Which guy?
He was busy for a while doing Sons of Anarchy.
Was he?
He
The
was-
guy he has like cuts all over his face. He's like scars. Not Seal.
You seen Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Speaking of Seal, are you going to see that movie with Andy Samberg as the Pop King or the
Not
Pop
in
guy?
theaters, probably. That looks funny.
It
That
does.
looks funny as shit.
I guess he was on The Voice recently, like as that character.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Andy Samberg is
Can do no
the golden
wrong. And you don't
child.
even watch
No.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Do you watch it?
I don't
I
watch it
watched
in.
That show's fucking hilarious.
hilarious.
I don't
It is
watch
so
the Adam
good.
Sandler movies, but still, he's like a little golden child. Can't fault him.
Do no wrong.
Yeah.
What's funny is he's great in that show. He's not even my favorite character. The captain, he has like the driest. He's so monotonous and everything is super dry. I don't know why he just fucking cracks me up.
So he's like the guy from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but like wait, there's no joking around. He's just
There's no jokes coming out of his mouth.
there's
He's
no
your favorite.
jokes and he's my favorite.
Okay. Phoebe's your favorite too.
No, Phoebe's the worst on the show.
Phoebe's the Asian chick, right?
Phoebe?
Yeah.
And what are we talking about?
Are we still talking about?
We moved on to Friends.
No, this is Diverse
Oh,
Friends.
no,
Have you
no.
seen the sequel to Friends? They all play. They're a different ethnicity to diversify.
Phoebe's my least favorite. Joey is my favorite.
So this is
Dude, Joey has some Martin Logan speakers in his living room. I'm jealous. Did you know that?
This is a little bit before your time. I think you were probably like 2 when Friends came out.
I've watched Friends more at this point than any other TV show ever, except for Lost.
You watch Lost?
No.
I watched like 2 seasons of Lost, and then it got really weird, and I was like, nah.
I watched 2 episodes of Lost and was like, nope.
You watched the first 2?
Yep.
And that turned you off.
Yep.
Why?
I just couldn't, I didn't like
It
it.
was like season 3 or 4 that got weird. It got some time stuff. It was one whole season with time
I've actually,
jumps.
from listening to you, I've heard some things that were kind of cool about the show, but I'm just like...
There were a ton of things that were cool. There was some shit that was weird.
so cool.
That's my top 5 favorite shows.
What would your number 1 show be?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah? What would your number 2? Top 5 now.
It's hard to
No?
say.
Top 5 now.
Because I'd have to think about some nostalgia picks.
I won't even make you
But
pick them in
my,
order.
My adult life shows, it's like Breaking Bad's on there.
When are you an adult? When have you been considered an adult? Who's ever looked at you and
After
said,
we-
there goes an adult?
You did that yesterday.
Okay, anyways, top 5 favorite shows. And you don't have to put them in order.
It's hard to say. So I have to do shows I've seen most of. Or like a lot of. I guess you do 1 season show.
Taxi Cab Confessions.
I have to think on it for a minute.
Backdoor.
What shows have we watched together?
Besides all the porno.
I'm drawing blanks at the moment.
I'm shooting blanks at the moment.
This is gonna sound stupid. This can't be my top 5, but fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love that show.
Did you watch Legends of Korra?
I watched 2 seasons of it. I think. Well, 1.5 seasons. I trailed off. I was trying to watch it live.
I could rattle off 4 easily because I would put Game of Thrones, Walking
Walking
Dead, Breaking Bad, and Friends on my top 4 just without even thinking. I'd have to think about what I want to put at number 5.
Walking Dead. No.
Without the well, come on. I'm not saying it's the best show ever.
No,
I'm
I
just
mean
saying I'm
my
biased.
list.
No, I understand.
No.
I would have put How I Met Your Mother on there, except the last season was so bad. I wanted to go back and watch it because there's little hints through the whole thing, and the jokes are great, and the the continuity that they have from season to season is awesome. It's second to none. But they screwed it up so bad with the last season, I never want to go watch it again. Same thing with Dexter. I'm just like, Dexter might come back.
Really?
Yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah.
That's super exciting because I hated their last episode. I was so
Right?
pissed. I was so pissed.
Because that was a good show.
Yeah, and then he ruined it. He's a fucking lumberjack.
Yeah.
Leaves his kid.
Shh, spoilers for Corey.
Well,
I heard
fucking
that.
show. When did that show end?
And both those shows
I've
ended the
seen
same
them.
year, How I Met Your Mother and Dexter, and they were both fucking awful.
Yeah. You should watch like Downton Abbey.
No.
No.
What?
I think we've all seen Ashley Greene's tits too many times.
Was she on Downton Abbey? What?
Yeah, right. That's actually the chick that was in the new 300,
What the
That's
fuck was
not
she?
Ashley Green.
right? No. What's her
No,
name's
but I
something
know what
like
you're
that.
saying, but I'm pretty sure Downton Abbey's not that kind of show. It's on PBS.
Yeah, sure.
There's a show.
What show are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
There's a show that.
This is like the British show where like they live in like an estate and the Lord Grantham and his family and the maids and butlers.
I've never seen it. I've just seen the cover, and I know that chick's on it that was in 300, and that's
No, I think you're mistaken.
no. I'm pretty sure.
Look it up.
We'll have to pull up the cover in a second. It's the most PG show. The like in season 1, the worst thing that happened is a character trips another one, and the show makes you think like it feels like a big deal because of the context of the show.
Eva Green, that's her name.
Yeah, I was close.
Ashley Green
Totally-
is the girl from.
Which she showed us recently.
yeah.
But no, Down Abbey is so PG.
Sin City 2 apparently has a lot of Eva Green boob in it. Katrina's like, you didn't miss anything unless you want to see her boobs. And then I'm like, well then...
I missed everything.
I missed everything.
It's like watching 302. You didn't miss anything unless you want to see her naked.
Well, I mean...
Yeah.
Anthony, come on. What show are you talking about?
It's fucking Downton Abbey. I'm serious.
You are as high as a kite. Maybe somebody who looks like her, but there's no nudity. There is some...
So while you're looking that up, what would your top 5 favorite shows be?
It kind of sucks because we all said kind of like the top 3.
Well, Game of Thrones is...
Game of Thrones, Walking Dead.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is pretty fun.
man.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't put that up there. But...
You know what's none of us have watched? It's supposed to be... It's second to only Breaking Bad on ratings thing is The Wire. I've never watched The Wire, and it's
Me
supposed
neither.
to be
I want to.
incredible.
You watch Firefly?
I've never
What is
finished
Firefly? I've heard so much about it, but I have no
I
idea.
get crap. I started watching it before Corey, and I never finished it.
There's only like 13 fucking episodes.
It's got Nathan Fillion in it and Alan
So,
Tudyk.
You know, Joss...
You like that?
You know who Joss Whedon is nowadays?
No.
He directed Avengers, Buffy. Did he write Buffy, or well, he was involved with Buffy.
I've heard his name. I don't
So
know.
he's
what
a
it looks like.
showrunner. So he's the guy who directed... He brought your Marvel Cinematic Universe to where it is today. He directed Avengers.
He did Firefly, and it was a show on Fox, and it got canceled, and it's very loved by a lot of people.
Yeah, I've heard like really good things about it, but
So he's a super nerd guy, and he made a couple shows. Everybody was like, Joss Whedon. So he's what the Breaking Bad guy is. Breaking Bad, whatever he does,
Vince Gilligan?
his crowd follows him. So he made Buffy and some other show, Angel, and something else. So he made Firefly, which is space cowboy western thing,
But in space.
and it got horrible ratings. But the people who were his fans loved it, and it got canceled prematurely. And people were like, fuck no! And it got such an outcry years later.
They made a movie.
They made a standalone movie sequel, like to cap it off. And the hardcore fans of that loved it, but it didn't. It was a financial failure. And well, that's what it said. So everybody still talks about Firefly with such reverence.
Deadwood. Have you guys ever seen
never watched
Deadwood?
that
I would like to watch that too.
That is an awesome show that they left off. It got canceled after the second season for some stupid reason, and they left it off on this huge cliffhanger. And I watched the second season. I'm like, sweet, let's start season 3. And then
Never again.
And then James was like, oh, it's.
I think the reason they canceled it is because Rome and Deadwood were filming at the same time, and they were both really, really expensive shows, and they ended up canceling.
Didn't Rome get canceled anyway?
Yeah, they both got canceled.
It's messed up.
And then they even said afterwards that it was a mistake that they canceled it, but they had already destroyed all the sets,
Yeah.
and they were. I mean, it was millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of sets.
That's
Didn't your Hannibal show end on a cliffhanger?
Yeah,
That sucks.
they still said that they want to bring it back.
Arrested Development would be my top 5, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I put that above Curb, so that'd be my comedy on the list.
I don't know what my fourth one would be. It might be. Do I get shit for saying I love Scrubs?
Scrubs, yeah.
And it actually ended
Oh.
great.
South Park, number 1. Sorry, forgot.
Ooh, I might have to throw Futurama on there instead of Scrubs.
Yeah, because Futurama is not my favorite, but Futurama is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
If we're talking cartoons now, like Cowboy Bebop, that's definitely makes top 5. If any of you guys know what Cowboy Bebop
Never
know what
seen
it
it. By
is.
the way, I know what it is.
Oh man, dude, I don't really like anime, but that show was kick ass.
I'm watching anime right now.
What is it?
Oh, maybe you've seen it. I've talked to Robert.
Yeah.
One
This
Punch
is so
Man?
weird. No, it's on Netflix. Netflix, not original, but they have streaming rights. 7 Deadly Sins.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
And someone else, he turned me on to watching episode 1. And I went home and watched episode 2, and it reminds me a lot of freaking Avatar: The Last Airbender, where this one guy, he's like the ultimate warrior, and everybody else sucks in comparison. I fucking love this show. So,
7 Deadly Sins?
yeah, it has...
You were just last time we talked about it, you were talking crazy shit about it.
No, I said it's awesome, but it has weird like Japanese sexual innuendo all the time. Well, not all the time, but a couple times an episode, and it's so weird. Like our animes, I guess they have to have some type of weird upskirting of characters every.
Not necessarily. Pokemon never did.
That was a kid's show. It's
Well,
like an
this
adult
isn't a kid-
anime. Dragon Ball Z had some weird stuff. I've seen the internet.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Parker watches Yokai Watch occasionally, and it's not any like sexual stuff.
Is there any boob grabbing?
No, but it was like they were making fun of one kid for dropping a deuce in the bathroom at school, and I'm like, they just said drop a deuce. I'm like,
Japanese
this is
humor.
strange. Yeah.
Drop a number 2, dude.
So
And it was like, it just, do you know what Yokai Watch is? It's like this kid has a watch and you can see ghosts basically, but the ghosts, there's a different ghost that affects people in different ways, and there's ones that make people yell at each other, there's ones that make people tell the truth, there's ones that make people fart.
this is Scientology.
It's very strange.
Tom Cruise approves. Thumbs up.
We have to say what you're doing. Any closing thoughts? Anything you guys have? He just thrust with his pelvic region.
Circle jerk?
There's only 3 of us. That'd be a triangle.
Well, any shape will do.
Well, this is the last time we're going to use this microphone, so if you really want to aim for something... No, we're not doing a triangle jerk.
I still feel like there's more to be talked about Game of Thrones, but I know this isn't dedicated to Game of Thrones, so I won't say anything.
Well, we have like 5 minutes, so you can't
Don't
go...
go on Wikipedia and ruin it.
What do you mean?
You go. I remember going on Wikipedia before I finished the Harry Potter, and it spoiled something. Besides Robert spoiling the movie 2 weeks before the last movie aired. How do you do it? You could be Robert.
I kept this to myself for so long.
Yeah, he read the book.
And I said
week 1.
Yeah, and I said and it didn't come out for years later.
Right. You waited 5 years, or maybe.
And then I said, "Oh yeah, they changed the place that Snape dies in the book from this place to this place." And he's like,
we talked about we were going to see it together, I think, or something.
And he was like, "What?
Wait, what'd you say? Did you just tell me the ending?" I was like, "Oh, you didn't know Snape died?" I thought it was like a well-known fact.
Well, everybody knew that Dumbledore died.
Yeah, that was all over the internet. People were trolls, and that's how I found that out. No big deal. Who cared?
What's nice is you can't read any spoilers about Game of Thrones now because they're in uncharted territory.
Well, you can if.
Katrina found a fantasy Game of Thrones thing where you picked characters who were going to live and who were going to die, and you get points for who they kill, what they kill, and if they kill this person, and you had the person.
We gotta do that. I mean, fuck, we bombed on the Civil War. We should. What name 2 characters do you think are gonna die? Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Fucking.
That sucks.
We all
Did
lost.
you see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it twice.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, well, spoilers.
Yeah, way to go, Corey. Be an asshole.
Yeah.
Civil War,
Big
the
fat
comic's been out
hole.
for like 10 years, and now you just... Corey's making symbols of licking assholes.
Yeah, okay.
What are you, a catfish?
No, not a bottom feeder.
Any closing stuff?
I just closed it.
Super tight butthole.
Next week will be our 10th episode, and we will have a new laptop.
It'll be our 10 years of podcasting.
And
the first
new
9.5 years, we didn't actually release anything, but we were thinking about it. We planned. That's why you get such good shows right now. Just well thought out. There's no awkward silence at all.
Well, make sure you subscribe, listen, and retweet everything that I tweet so everybody will start listening to the show.
I guess just tweet Robert in general.
Yeah, tweet.
Let him know if you watched it. If you
Cheap.
tweet.
Cheap. Why so serious? But follow me at I'm terrible.
What is it?
Follow me at Sly Comics on Twitter. Subscribe. Tell your friends to listen to this podcast.
Tell your parents.
Look up Chris Cotta on Facebook and listen to his music because he does the music for the show. That's Chris Cotta with 2 T's.
2 O's.
I can't remember what his music page is, but the guy's pretty talented, so go listen to his music. And
It sounds like Castlevania.
well, it's not the music he makes isn't all like
No, yeah, it is.
like 8-bit stuff. He does a lot of. I wish I could go see him, but he's in.
Road trip.
Yeah, we're not going to Canada to go see him play. I don't think he's in Sacramento right now. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Anything you guys want to promote?
Canada in general, I guess.
Go Canada.
It's the country to the north.
Jon Snow's gonna shit on Ramsay.
Like
I
literally.
Hope. I hope. Yeah, that'd be great.
Could you imagine if somebody just broke out and dropped a deuce on somebody else on the show?
Brought to you by Yokai Watch.
Brought to you by DJ Ron.
Oh, we didn't mention the Brienne love story with what's his name. That needs to happen.
They're gonna do it.
Tormund.
I love that he's given the eyes and she's never seen the eyes before, so she's like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
They better show penetration. The show
It's just gonna be a giant red.
Anyways, that's episode 9 of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swath. I can't say my own last name.
The penetration got you.
Literally.
With that hard P.
It's 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
Bye.
and Anthony Smith.
I hope the carpet matches the beard.